Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Nishant, currently pursuing general medicine. First of all, thank you so much for the lovely response you have given me in the last video which I posted regarding the NEET PG 2023 90 days plan and the Midnight Express series. If you haven't watched them till now, I'll put the link in the description below. You can watch them later. But coming to this video, I'll be talking about grand tests in this video, the GTs as we say, regarding how to approach the GTs, how to maintain a GT copy, how to self-assess your GT scores, how to improve your GT scores, how frequently you should give GTs, and every other doubt. Since I have myself given about 25 to 30 GTs during my preparation, so I hope I would be able to guide you better regarding how to approach them. So the first question which comes is when to give a GT or when to start giving a GT. So the best answer you'll get is it was yesterday, but you can still start today. And the best way to do it is put it in your calendar. Rest will follow. If you think you'll start giving a GT once you're done with your first reading or once you're done with your syllabus or once you're confident enough, then you have lost the game already. Don't worry guys, GT is just a practice match which makes you exam ready. You can do as many mistakes as you want in this practice match. That's why giving GT is very important. So when I started giving GTs, I didn't even complete a single subject, imagine, because I saw GT as an opportunity to learn 200 new topics. The second question which always comes is how frequently you should give GTs. I say consider giving a GT only if you can review them. Otherwise, don't put it in your calendar. Ideally, you should take around 7 to 8 days to review a GT, not more than that. But maximum you can take up to 10. So the frequency should be somewhere around 7 to 10 days where you can keep attempting GTs. Now, before going into how you should review a GT, I would like to show you my journey, my progress, so that you get some motivation and you can also believe that if I can do it, you can also do it. I started giving GT way early in my preparation, and if you see the whole progress, these were the time when I was not preparing at all. I was just watching the videos. Still I was able to score 65, maybe because of guesswork or something I was deriving from the videos. But slowly I just see my percentile went on increasing because I was completing few banks. I was reviewing well. I was also learning from all the mistakes I have done in these GTs as well. And if you see here, slowly my progress has increased, and it was always somewhere above 80 percentile, which was somewhere more than 130 corrects out of 200. And if you see that some are 99%, that is because of the recall questions, but otherwise it kept on increasing. I kept on improving. I was not disheartened by my scores if it came down, because ultimately I have to improve. This is a practice match. I have to improve. I have to learn from the review, and if you see, that is all about my progress. And the last GT I gave just before going to the exam, I was at 95 percentile and my exam score was 98 percentile. So definitely that is what is expected. The score here is 64, the last GT I scored, and the main exam I got 72% of my score. So that will vary definitely, because the real exam is comparatively easy than the GTs. But you have to believe in yourself. And subject wise performance is okay. It's good in Marrow, but I don't follow much because that might vary. Now coming to live GTs versus offline GTs. So coming to live GTs in Marrow, I would advise you to give a live GT, especially on the second last day or the last day, so that you can review it the next day when the answers come out. But if you can't attempt live, that's no harm, but giving them is more important. Now the most important part, how to review a GT. So there are two ways of reviewing a GT. One is reviewing the same day, that is giving the GT in the morning and reviewing the entire GT the same day, all the 19 subjects. Some people call it a GT day. And second, what you can do is you can give the GT and review subject wise over a span of 7 days and then attempt the next GT, putting about 1 hour every day over the 7 days to review at least 3 subjects. That would sum up around 19 subjects over 7 days. One thing which should be noted here is you shouldn't review the GT over your mind. That is complete waste of time. You should maintain a GT copy. Now, how to maintain a GT copy? So here it is. This was my GT copy. As you can see, I made the list of all the topics very systematically. I maintained it subject wise. What I used to do was I used to write the GT number along with the date, and I made it subject wise
where I used to write the topics which I was making mistakes and under subjects, and I used two letter coding. One was C, one was S. Here the C denoted the questions which I did correct, but it was completely a guesswork, and all other topics are the topics where I made mistakes. As you can see, initially the topics under each subjects are number of topics are more, and but eventually it came down. Here S denotes the topics or the questions which I skipped while attempting the GT, and while I was reviewing over months with every GT I was trying to improve, you would see that the number of topics under each subject came down, and it was a treat to watch. I was learning, I was improving. Hence, I would suggest you also make a GT copy, as it would take 15 to 20 minutes per subject till the number of GTs left before the exam.
Now, another very important aspect which we need to talk about is how to improve your GT scores. If you are giving GTs, you're not improving your scores, or your scores are getting bad, or you're stuck at some score. This is very important, which I keep on getting so many queries regarding this. So before I answer this question, you need to know where you are making mistakes, and that can only be known once you do a good self-assessment. That is, once you review the GT well. Once you are done with your review, there are mainly two types of mistakes which you are going to commit. That is, one is fact-based, that requires your memory, and second is concept based. If you identify your mistakes is basically fact based, that means you need to somehow memorize it. You might need a mnemonic, you might need to write it on a paper and stick it on the wall, or you have to keep on revisiting the pearls, or whatever way, because that is fact based. That is simply, you cannot do anything about it. You have to remember it. Maybe you can solve the MCQs again and again, and sometimes that thing gets stuck in your brain. So that is one part where you can't do much about it. Now the second problem is the concept based, where the problem lies in understanding and not cramming about the information. And here you need to go back to your notes or rewatch the videos from where you have learned the concept and reapply it by solving MCQs and keeping the core concept in the mind while applying them. Now once you know where the problem lies, you can deal accordingly, and you'll definitely see how your GT scores are improving, and definitely with more reading and more revision, the scores will become better. So you need to hang on there and you need to trust yourself. But reviewing the GT is very important. Keep that in mind, because if you're not reviewing it well, then you'll not know where you're making mistakes, and there's no use of giving GTs back to back and worrying about why I'm not improving my scores. So these two problems, if you can make out, then I think that will help you a lot in improving your scores. One more problem which I have noticed with many students is that they have problem with long stem clinical questions. So the idea of long stem clinical questions is you need to know the art of solving them rather than panicking. In such question, what you can do is you can start with the root of the question. That is what the examiner is trying to ask. That is the last line of the question. Generally, most of the time, you know, regardless of all the information which is given in the clinical stem, you know what the examiner is trying to ask. Then you can go to the main stem and you can read everything which is being provided, and then pick up the highlight points that will help you answer the question. That would save a lot of time, and you'll know what to answer, what not to answer. But this comes with a lot of practices, with a lot of practicing MCQs. So with MCQ solving, your confidence will increase. That same will apply in your GTs. Now let's talk about the GT score, how important it is. See, I won't suggest you to focus on the GT scores. I would rather say you should focus on the number of correct questions you are attempting. Suppose you were on 100 correct questions. Your next target should be at least 105 correct questions. Similarly, the next target should be 110 correct questions. You have to focus more on the correct number of questions rather than the score or the rank which the app or the platform provides. Now, if you are someone who is on 100 correct questions and you have improved to 101 correct questions, or even if you have stayed on 100 correct questions, that is also a small win. Don't get demoralized. Try to assess well and come back stronger in the next GT. And also don't get too attached to GT scores or number of correct, because ultimately this is a practice match. In the final scenario, the scene is totally different, and you might do well irrespective of your GT scores now, but that doesn't keep you from practicing well in these GTs and improving continuously. Another issue which everyone faces is the platform, the biasness of the GTs. Now, since I use Marrow, so I'll definitely recommend the same, but whatever platform you use, that doesn't make much of a difference. There's definitely some biasness of the platform you're using and the GTs you're attempting. The score might go up a little bit, but at the long run that doesn't make much of a difference, because ultimately the concept is important. Best thing I liked about Marrow GTs is the explanation they provide is simply amazing. Very simple, very crisp. They also provide images, they provide the pearls, the relevant tables along with it. One more thing I liked about them is the way they have sorted it. Like all the 19 subjects, the filter they provide, you can go subject wise, you can search corrects and the wrongs. If you want to try Marrow GT, now is the best time, you can start now. But one more thing, don't get disheartened by the tough GT which Marrow provides us on the app, because they do that to prepare us for the worst. So more or less this is how you should approach a GT. I tried to talk about almost all the possible doubts which you can have regarding GTs, but still if I haven't covered something, you can definitely comment down below, or you can DM me on my Instagram handles. I'll definitely try to reach out. If you're someone who is yet to start giving a GT, I would request you that please start giving a GT. You'll not regret it later. Plan it out, put it in your calendar, announce it to your family, your friends and your dear ones, and you can even attempt the GTs together on the same days, and also discuss your scores or your progress. Give them sincerely on a laptop preferably. Make it an exam environment. Don't lie down somewhere or give it very casually. Be very serious about it. Put 3.5 hours on your schedule. Let's keep practicing. I'm sure you'll definitely do well. I'll be coming up with many more videos to help you all out. And do subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep studying and cheers.